Plastic bottled water has become a ubiquitous convenience in modern society, appearing in office meetings, gym sessions, outdoor adventures, and even household refrigerators. Marketed as a clean, pure, and safe source of hydration, bottled water is often preferred over tap water due to its perceived quality. However, mounting evidence suggests that drinking water from plastic bottles may pose serious health risks, exposing consumers to chemicals that disrupt the body's natural functions, increase the likelihood of chronic diseases, and accumulate toxins over time. One of the primary concerns surrounding plastic bottled water is the presence of synthetic chemicals that leach from the plastic into the water. The most well-documented among these is bisphenol A, a compound used in the production of certain plastics and resins. Research has indicated that this chemical can mimic estrogen in the human body, disrupting the endocrine system. This hormonal interference has been linked to a range of health issues, including fertility problems, metabolic disorders, and early puberty in children. In men, exposure to estrogen-like chemicals has been associated with reduced testosterone levels, potentially leading to decreased sperm quality and reproductive complications. For women, excessive exposure to endocrine-disrupting chemicals may contribute to hormonal imbalances that affect menstrual cycles, pregnancy outcomes, and an increased risk of certain cancers. In addition to bisphenol A, plastic bottles also contain phthalates, a group of chemicals that make plastics more flexible and durable. These compounds do not remain bound to the plastic but instead leach into the surrounding environment, including the water inside the bottle. Studies have suggested that phthalates may contribute to metabolic dysfunction, increasing the risk of insulin resistance, weight gain, and type 2 diabetes. As these chemicals accumulate in the body over time, they may also play a role in the development of cardiovascular diseases by interfering with normal lipid metabolism and promoting inflammation within the blood vessels. The dangers of plastic bottled water extend beyond hormonal disruption and metabolic disorders. The risk of exposure to microplastics is another alarming issue that has gained attention in recent years. When plastic bottles degrade, they release microscopic particles that contaminate the very water they are meant to contain. Studies have found that nearly all brands of bottled water contain microplastics, with some samples showing thousands of particles per liter. These tiny plastic fragments, once ingested, can travel throughout the body, potentially crossing the blood-brain barrier and accumulating in vital organs. Although the long-term effects of microplastic consumption are still being studied, preliminary research suggests that their presence in the body may contribute to chronic inflammation, immune system suppression, and increased susceptibility to neurodegenerative diseases. Beyond microplastics, the stability of plastic bottles is also a concern when exposed to heat or prolonged storage. When plastic bottles are left in cars, stored under the sun, or kept in warm environments, the rate of chemical leaching increases significantly. The degradation of plastic under heat releases additional toxins into the water, intensifying the exposure to harmful compounds. Even in normal storage conditions, prolonged shelf life can lead to an increase in the presence of undesirable substances, compromising the integrity of the water. This is particularly concerning for individuals who rely on bottled water as their primary source of hydration, as repeated exposure to these chemicals can have cumulative effects on health. The kidneys and liver, responsible for filtering and detoxifying harmful substances in the body, are particularly vulnerable to the impact of prolonged exposure to plastic-derived toxins. Studies have suggested that continuous ingestion of chemicals from plastic bottles may contribute to kidney dysfunction, reducing the organ's ability to filter waste effectively. Individuals with pre-existing kidney conditions or diabetes may face a greater risk, as their bodies are already working harder to manage toxin removal. The liver, which plays a critical role in metabolizing foreign substances, is similarly affected, potentially leading to increased oxidative stress and a higher risk of liver disease. In addition to kidney and liver concerns, the impact of plastic toxins on the cardiovascular system is another area of growing research. Some studies have linked exposure to phthalates and bisphenol A to elevated blood pressure, arterial stiffness, and an increased risk of heart disease. These effects are believed to stem from the chemical's ability to interfere with normal vascular function, promoting inflammation and disrupting the delicate balance of hormones that regulate blood pressure. For individuals with hypertension or a family history of cardiovascular disease, regular consumption of bottled water could contribute to an increased risk of complications. Beyond the human body, the widespread reliance on plastic bottled water raises environmental concerns that ultimately circle back to public health. While many assume that plastic bottles are efficiently recycled, the reality is that a significant portion ends up in landfills, oceans, and waterways. As these plastics degrade over time, they release toxic substances into the environment, contaminating the very water sources they were meant to provide an alternative to. Wildlife and marine ecosystems suffer from the impact of plastic pollution, with fish and other aquatic organisms ingesting microplastics that eventually make their way back into the human food chain. The irony is stark. Individuals choosing bottled water for its purity may unknowingly contribute to the very contamination they seek to avoid. Given the growing awareness of the health risks associated with plastic bottled water, consumers are increasingly exploring safer alternatives. One of the most effective ways to reduce exposure to plastic-derived chemicals is by switching to reusable containers made of stainless steel or glass. These materials do not leach harmful substances into water and are far more environmentally friendly than single-use plastic bottles. Home water filtration systems, ranging from activated carbon filters to reverse osmosis systems, offer another viable solution, providing clean and safe drinking water without the risk of plastic contamination. While bottled water companies continue to promote their products as a superior choice for hydration, the reality is that the risks associated with plastic exposure far outweigh the convenience they offer. As scientific research continues to uncover the long-term consequences of ingesting plastic-related chemicals, it becomes increasingly clear that a shift in consumer habits is necessary. The pursuit of clean water should not come at the cost of compromised health, and making informed choices about hydration can be a crucial step in safeguarding long-term well-being. If you found this information eye-opening, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on health and wellness. Let's make smarter choices for our bodies and the planet. Ditch plastic, choose safer alternatives, and stay hydrated the right way. See you in the next video.